Okay, let's dive into this day 2 masterclass. Just making sure that we are streaming okay. And I'm just making sure. So unleash spiritual power. Unlock your explode, isn't it? Explode your online coaching business. Okay, excellent. Doing this. Very good. Very good. You're in the CEO. Here we go. I'm just checking that we are good. I'm already getting messages. Yeah, I'm already getting messages that people are wondering where we are. Here I am. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure everyone is good. So we've got Melissa. We've got Melissa in the group. And I just want to make sure everything works before we dive in today. So welcome to day 2. I'm so happy that you're here. So we have people watching already. Okay, so I can see everything. Cool. Hi. Say hello if you can hear me and see me okay, because that means a lot to me. And give us an emoji, like give us some energy to know that I'm live, that you can see me. Okay, cool. I think it's all good. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. We are live. Yes, I can see people coming in. This is so cool. Okay, so let me know if you can see me and hear me. Look, I'm on my phone here, just doing this. And now I am going to turn my phone off. Cool. Right, so Sarah's here, Becky's here. Oh my God, she's up late. Okay, good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn the phone off like I did yesterday, because it can give this funny like surround noise, which we don't want. So I just want to make sure it's all good on the tech side of things. Okay, here we go. So I can see myself. I can see you guys. I can see myself. I'm just sorting my hair out. Okay, so welcome to day 2. I hope that you really enjoyed day 1, and that was giving you a lot of confidence, actually, and also a lot of food for thought, how you can bring all of your genius and all of your expertise together, because that's kind of what you're meant to be doing. Because so many of my clients have had previous occupations and previous professions. They didn't become a coach and a healer at age 20. They have other previous experience, and we really meant to take this life experience into our business. All right, so I hope that all made sense. Now, I just want you to relax and listen into the masterclass today. You can make notes, of course. You will have the homework thread afterwards where you can follow the steps of what I'm teaching, so that you can kind of solidify everything that we are saying, and actually get a proper result of actually participating. So I just want to say a couple of things. There was a couple of messages about where is the bioenergy clearing. Okay, so if you go to gennylyon.love, which is my website, and it is only one, on there, if you sign up to Activate Your Soul Business Bundle, which is the actual sort of lead magnet, if you like, or sign up here on the website, you then get the bioenergy clearing. You also get the Nail Your Niche worksheet, which is kind of a nice exercise. It's a 20+ page what do you call it, the document and it is really comprehensive. Now, use it and make the best of it. there is also prosperity activation in the Soul Business Activation Bundle. So feel free to use it. If you already know your niche, don't worry about it. Just take the bioenergy clearing and and just work with that. So gennye.love, go and get it. It's free, just enjoy it. Okay, that was that. I'm just going to see as well to make sure we're all good for sure. So I'm just going to pin this as well and make sure we're good in here. So let's do it. So that was one thing. The second thing is, if you're watching this now and you have missed the other one, I do recommend that you watch the day one and actually also the welcome masterclass. That would be really good as well, because it will just all make sense to you, if you see what I mean. So yeah, I really recommend that you do that. Okay, so yesterday I was asking you guys, what problem is it that you like solving? Because although we had quite a few questions that was going to go into the homework, that was like the last question I asked, what is it? What is it that you really love helping your clients with? Because the thing is, there's going to be a lot of things that you can do as a healer and a coach, and especially if you are trained as a healer, because really with healing we could kind of heal anything, right? So it's like, well, I'll heal anything. Well, that is not such good marketing, because that means that you just kind of drown in the sea of everyone else, and you're not looked at as the expert of a specific problem. So why don't you drop in the comments below now, what is the #1 problem that you love solving? That could be anything from saying helping. I know Melissa does detoxing, so it might be saying physical and emotional detox. That's a problem that I know Melissa loves solving. If yours is something different, please drop it below, and I'm going to have a look now and see what you're dropping. I would love to know. So I'm just waiting for that update. It might be a little bit of a delay to the, see here. What is the problem that you love solving? Okay, I'm just looking here. There's not another comment just yet. Maybe it's just a bit of a delay. So I'm not going to go and check like every second now, but please let me know, what is the problem that you love solving? Because this is the actual foundation of creating your program or your next level program. And we're going to talk about programs today, and I'm going to give you my exact steps and methodology that I use to create any program that I have ever created. Okay, so just be really clear on this, the problem. And now this is the thing, wherever you are in your business right now, your niche and the problem that you want to solve right now may not be the exact problem that you will solve for someone else in a year or 2 years' time. And that is absolutely okay, because you will evolve as an entrepreneur online. And what you solved 2 years ago for somebody, it may not be relevant to you anymore. Okay, so for example, let me take an example here. So I still have some self-study courses where I help with inner child healing and witch wound and other things. And I will be talking about those smaller programs tomorrow a little bit in the end of the class. But that was kind of, it's healing elements of how somebody can heal and clear themselves, right? At the moment, I talk about leadership more than anything. Like I talk about leadership in your business and leadership for the CEOs, the entrepreneurs and the executives, embodied leadership. So although that might need a witch wound clearing to become the embodied leader, I talk about what I do in a different way because I have evolved. And that is how you will also evolve. So wherever you are right now, whatever you feel passionate and excited to talk about is exactly what you are meant to talk about and exactly the problem you're meant to solve for people. It's when we, as entrepreneurs, spiritual leaders, healers, and coaches, trying to mentalize and compartmentalize what we think we should be doing because we have learned or tried to copy someone else, or cookie cutter model someone else's coaching or programs, that's when we are not then in alignment with what your soul's calling is at that moment in time. And this is why you heard me mention this yesterday. Sometimes people, when they're learning, they're watching a lot what other people are doing, and then they're sort of trying to mimic what they're doing, because they may not listen so much inside. No, not no one's fault, but me as a coach and a healer and a leader in this space, I encourage my clients to really listen in what makes them feel super excited and super expansive, what they really want to talk about in this moment in time, because that's exactly what they're meant to be offering, meant to be sharing with the world, meant to be healing with, meant to be doing. So it's like you stay guided, obviously, in mentorship and in other, in coaching containers and that stuff, but you still listen to yourself as to exactly the problem that you want to solve, and try to really turn down the mind and listen to the heart instead. Okay, so can you see how I just showed you like a little bit of an example, how me, for example, as an energy healer and a coach, was talking about something specific 2-3 years ago, and it's not as relevant today because I have evolved, and so will you. So this is so important to listen to this evolvement that you're going through, so that you can keep. It's not like you want to reinvent your programs. You want to create programs that becomes either evergreen or enrollable again, because like as a long-term plan for your business, you don't want to keep reinventing new programs and keep reinventing new things all the time that you can't build upon, if that makes sense. So there is a fine balance with this when it comes to programs, because some of the programs that you create can become self-study programs. And then some of the programs that you create will become an evergreen program, and I'm going to explain to you what they are. And then some of them are going to be cohort programs, depending on the promise of that program. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of an overview of programs and why you want to start creating your programs and why you want to start evolving them and building on them for the long-term success of your online business. Okay, so that means that in the beginning, you'll start with a smaller program or a smaller offer. And then when you have enough leads in your funnel, you will then start creating maybe a bigger program, maybe a group program, because there's enough leads and enough humans. I did say on my Facebook profile the other day, they're not leads, they're humans, enough humans. So apologies, enough humans that are aligned with your message, who would then go in your group. Okay, so you kind of get this. I'm sure you get this. So let's just talk a little about where you are in your journey. So who here are in their journey right now? I would love you to drop in the comments below. Have you not ever had a program? So like you do single sessions and you have worked offline, you are thinking of building a program or a membership and you haven't done it yet. That's number one. So if you can drop number one in the comment below. Number two, you have a program and you feel like you need to evolve it and you need to expand it and change it and actually maybe amplify it, like, upgrade it in some sort of shape or form, or is it dead and you need a new one, right? So you're in this stage where you've had programs, you've taken people through some programs, maybe you've done a group program already, maybe you've had a few people in it and maybe it worked really well, and maybe you're thinking of enrolling people again in that program or make it evergreen or whatever, right? And then number three, so number two, that's number two. So if you're number two, and that's all programs, there could be a 6-week program or a 12-week program, a program that you have taken people through. That's number two. Please drop it below. So the next one, number three, is you have already a program that you enroll consistently into, and that could either be a cohort program or an evergreen program. I'm going to explain to you what the difference are. Okay, so that's the number 3. So drop a number 3 if that's where you are at. Okay, so let's dive into the different levels of, so okay, why do you need a program? Okay, when it comes to online business mastery, you can only scale programs. You can't scale your one-on-one time. So one-on-one time means that you meet one-on-one clients and you can probably maximum see 20 clients in a week, and that will be exhausting. Then you don't have the time and the energy to build the programs and to create all the systems and the back end and the marketing and the messaging that goes to back up all your not all your, or the program, or a couple of the programs that you will want to run. So you're kind of stuck in this rut. So that's not scalable, and it's not long term. If you really have this global vision of a visionary like I do, you know that you can't do that, because if you're not working, you're not earning. So you need recurring income, and the recurring incomes from programs, evergreen programs, memberships, and affiliate things, like things that is ongoing, right? So the second thing is, when it comes to influence, if you think of yourself as a visionary healer leader and that you want to have influence and you want to change the world, like we talked about yesterday, big vision, if you think of how your amazing work touches people, if you touch, let's say you work with 30 one-on-one clients in 1 year, that they keep coming back, so they kind of fill your calendars, right? 30. Can you imagine if you have a membership or a bigger program where you take more people through it, and then you build on this? First of all, you don't have to spend as much time on it because you are doing them in groups. That gives you more time to lean back into your business and work on your business and look at the possibilities and options, how to build your business and your brand and leverage it. So it's this fine balance of scale, like growing and scaling it. Now, it always starts with step 1. We start with one program, see how that goes, refine it, upgrade it, do the next level 2. Like, this is how it starts. And then that will evolve. You will then go, okay, so how can I evergreen it? Or how can I make it a membership? How can I do that particular program, or change it slightly or upgrade it slightly so that I can eventually do that? That's the kind of long-term plan, okay? So some people don't want this. Some people are like, I'm good. I just want to do some one-on-one sessions. I'm going to retire soon. Or like, some people are doing their healing work later in life, and they're just like, I'm okay. That's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's absolutely fine. But you've got to think of your long-term vision. Do you want to become a visionary leader and a new earth leader who has an online coaching business that can scale? Then you want to think about the solutions and the solidity and creating these pathways that you take your clients through that is going to promise them a result and an outcome that they desire a lot, because that makes them sign up with you. Yeah. So I'm not going to talk about messaging and marketing today, because that's like another masterclass. But really what we're looking at here is that once the program is created and you've done all the market research and it's aligned with what your heart calling is and everything else, the way then to actually leverage and sell that program is to make sure you have a consistent lead generation, as it is called, human generation, human soul, beautiful generation of lovely dream clients in your pool, and then a consistent organic strategy that what promises you new people coming into your world, and that you consistently lead and warm up and communicate and connect with, so that they can then sign up with you when they're ready. But that message that you will that message that you communicate them with, the clarity that you have in your marketing message, is the key for leading them into you. So this is why so many brilliant healers, coaches, and other people who does not invest in marketing are stuck where they are, not because they are not brilliant healers, but because the marketing piece and the messaging piece is not up to scratch. Because if they are the best hidden secret in the world, and no one understands what their program solves and how they can help them, and the results and like everything that they're going to get when they sign up, and if they can't be seen, and if the message is not transmitted to those beautiful people out there, no one's going to buy anything. So it's not a matter of like how good you are, it's actually just a matter of marketing and online business mastery. All right, so this is what I say, and it's so often I have experienced this, that healers, creatives, and like really sort of spiritual people have a little bit of resistance sometimes to create the systems and to go in and do the work for the marketing, do the tech, do the program, like go through the processes of creating something, really sit down and spend time on it, because they love doing the work, right? They love doing the healing, love doing the, you know, the channeling for people, love doing all those things. And they may not necessarily have that as their passion, but that has to become a passion if you want to then create this long-term plan of the vision of what you want to create as an influencer in a new world or new earth leader. So it's kind of like there's no other way. But that doesn't mean that the ways of creating the programs and then messaging and marketing them, that can be very different. The marketing can be that you have a YouTube channel. The marketing can be that you build your email list. The marketing could be that you have a Facebook group. The marketing could be that you just do LinkedIn. Like there's no like, oh, you have to do it this way. That is totally up to the person itself, what they choose to do. And that's a unique also funnel or channel, if you like, for each individual. So if you hate Facebook and you love LinkedIn, well, then you do LinkedIn. If you absolutely don't like Instagram, but you love TikTok, then you do TikTok. But then also there's strategies behind everything. So all low ticket offers, for example, are really great for TikTok, okay? So I'm just saying this, I'll just slide that one in there. But so depending on your offer, depending on who you help, obviously, and depending on the price level of your main offer, that's determining where you want to show up most online. Okay, and that's obviously something that you probably already maybe know, or you might want to learn more about that, which I teach my clients. But that is really the key, like knowing exactly the offer, what they solve, having it ready, creating audience, audience building, connection, and all the other things, and then showing up in the right places for that specific offer that it suits best, if that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, does that make sense? Give me a yes, or like emoji, yes, I get it, or like, oh, I don't get it. I'm like, oh, whatever. Let's see what everyone is saying. I want to see 1, 2, 3. If you got 1, 2, okay, so 1, 2, 3, yeah, 1 and 2, lovely. I love that. I love that. Okay, so let's carry on. Let's carry on. All right, so let's dive into the next step. Which I've got also my notes here just in case. Do you know what I mean? I'm like super organized. So we have already talked about that you have a program, or you don't, or you're thinking about one, or you have one. Yeah. So I'm going to now dive into your process, how you actually. So obviously you've already created a program, or if you haven't, that's fine. But I'm going to teach a methodology now that I use for all my programs that I create. Now, I don't create that many. I created more in the beginning, which became self-study programs. And now I'm really only focusing on 2. And there's a third one, and that's going to be it when the third one is complete, right? So the first step, so I call it connect, clear, and create. And if you think of your process for your client, whether that is a 6-week program, 12-week, month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, you really want to think about those 3 stages. And I'm going to take you through those 3 stages. So the first one is connect. Now, the reason I use that word connect is so that you, as a spiritual entrepreneur, can start connecting with yourself, with your like your heart's calling and your desire, who and what kind of program, who you want to help, and really connect. So this is like the piece, connecting into what really lights you up. That's the first piece of the connect thing. I'm going to give you all the steps later, by the way, so you will have that in the homework. So don't worry about if you're missing to write things down now. So the connect piece is so important because we are so programmed to mentalize what we are meant to be saying and doing. But if we, as spiritual entrepreneurs, can connect with our heart space, close our eyes, clear our energy, because you can clear the energy now with the bioenergy clearing, which is on my website. Clear your energy and then really listen in. You can then start feeling into this program. So you're connecting with the program, you're connecting with the client's problem, and you're connecting with this pathway that you're going to create from a deeper space. Now, so you could actually do like a brainstorm on this. So you could say, okay, connect, you write that down. So you connect with what problem do I solve? You connect with the client, what problems they have. This is another thing you see, guys. I want to say this. In my Connect to Soul Club, I do teach my clients, take them through marketing position express. I teach them about market positioning, messaging, and teach them about all those things. And market research is actually one of the things how we find out what the clients actually really want and need. This is a very important piece. But I also encourage my clients to channel it. So not just like go, okay, let's go and ask 5 really high quality leads, 5 quality humans that could be your dream clients. Ask them about this exact problem that you want to solve. And I have a process for that inside my membership so that you know exactly what questions to ask. And go and find out. And then like you have black and white, basically like, wow, I have no idea that they were struggling so much with this. All that information is then used in your marketing. That means you will use it in posts, in emails, in your sales page, in your newsletter. Like you will use this information in lots of places. It doesn't mean that you, because you have pain-focused content and you have desire-focused content. But from the market research, you find out their pain and their desire. You can choose whether you want to do pain-directed content or desire content. I do more desire content than pain. I feel it works best for me. Now, I also feel it works best for spiritual people because we really have huge vision and desires. Now, what's really important in this piece with the connect piece, which is the first piece of your creating your program, is that you listen in because you can channel this. You know the problem that you love solving, and you know how you can connect to your clients in this way. You know what they need, right? So that's your connect piece. So you could almost do like a brainstorm on your, A4 sheet, and then just go connect and just start sort of writing things down. So the connect piece is a big thing. Now, the next one is clear. So your client would have come and they come to you and they say, right, I struggle with this. I don't know how I'm going to overcome this. I have anxiety. I have these things, or I have hormonal problems, in case you're a hormonal therapist or something, and I don't know how to do it. So the clear element in your program should be the phase, like almost phase 2, as in terms of, okay, we've identified what the problem is, we know the desire that they want, and that's clear. We make that clear, that we address that in the beginning of the program. So it's almost like when you create it, you get the desires and the problems, and then when you take the person into the program, you will also make sure that you ask them those questions, like, what is your pain and what's your desire? What's your pain for, you know, why did you sign up, but what is it that you want to resolve, and what's the end result that you want to have? So although you've kind of asked them that in the market research, or it's part of your process to get to where you want to be now, that is something that you make clear of your program as well. So you will have an onboarding process. You will have some sort of like questionnaire to make sure that you ask all the questions. So I teach this as well in the membership, but you will have all the questions so that you're like clear on where they want to go. And then also, you also ask them where they want to be in 6 months' time, or something like that, or however long the program is. So then you set some sort of goals and milestones with them as you start. And that will then give them sort of like a springboard to go, okay, well, I'm going to be solving these problems in this way, and these are going to be my results, and this is how it's going to work out. So then inside your program, so we have the next step, which is clear. This is where all your tools come in. So whether you are a hypnotherapist, or you do divine healing, or you do RTT, or you do human design, like I use all my tools in the clear phase. So like they will have a soul contract reading, or of course, they'll have, these are my private programs and the Lightbody, not the Lightbody one, but the private programs. They'll have the soul contract reading. They will have obviously divine healing, they will have coaching. We could work depending on what type of program they choose. If there's a business program or if it's an energy program, we will then decide together how we're going to clear and overcome the obstacles that they're having at the moment and move the needle forward to them. So you will now brainstorm on clear. So what are you clearing with? What energy tools are you using? And what's the processes that you use? And if, let's say you say, oh, well, I am, you know, I do hypnotherapy. That's what I do. I do hypnotherapy. So your tool is then hypnotherapy. Fine. What kind of tools would you actually recommend them to use apart from doing hypnotherapy on them? Would you actually give them some meditations? Would you give them some other? We're going to go into this in a minute. We're supporting tools that you can give your clients outside of your live sessions. Okay, so your tools are your clearing. They could be clearing inside the program itself, and tools and resources that you give the clients to continue clearing, changing, shifting, moving the needle. Okay, and that could be anything from guided meditations to worksheets to coaching questions to breath work, to listen, like for mine, for example, they listen to the ascension clearing kit, and I give them other processes to go to use outside of their program. So you want to think of all those elements. All right, so I'm structuring it now through connect, clear, create, and then we're going to go through the actual pieces of the program, the nuts and bolts like of the program. Okay, so you have connect, clear, then create. So the next phase of the program is very much about creating a new reality. Obviously, you would have cleared a lot of the things that was blocking them to be in their best reality. And now you want to look at the processes that you can create for them to create the outcome that they want. All right. So, for example, in the, should I say the Lightbody program now? Let's say the membership actually, although the membership is slightly different than a program because it's like a never-ending thing and it's got a different promise than a program. A membership is slightly different than a program, although it gives a lot of things like a program would do. But let's just take this example for the create. So inside the membership, we have lots of different ways of how to create new things in your business, like a program, like your lead magnet, like your first group or your first one-on-one program, your first group program, your how to create more space for your business, how to create more success by doing, how to create, right? So there are very obviously, there's lots of clearing in there as well and lots of creation. But if you think of your program as giving them pieces how to create something, let's say you are a marketeer, for example, and you're a funnel expert, you will then help your clients to create funnels, or you help them create a website, or you help them create a, something. Yeah. When it comes to energy work, this is a little bit less tangible, which is how it is, right? So if you think of your program as in, like, let's say you are helping somebody to overcome a spiritual awakening, and they are now embodying their biggest, like their vision, their goal. Maybe in the end of your program, you will then start discussing different pathways for this particular client, how they can fulfill the soul mission. That could be anything from saying, look, we have now worked on your energy, we've cleared all the blocks, we've now got clarity on the way forward. Now the next step for you is to maybe start creating your own coaching business, or maybe you are looking to become a therapist or a coach, because you now realize that you want to do this as well. So it's like more of a tangible result. In, for example, Lightbody program, I don't create a business for them, but we create new pathways of light so that they can download their masterpiece and their divine expression, what they're here to do this lifetime. So we create space for them to receive that. So although that's a little bit less tangible, there is still a promise. Yeah. So really what you're looking here is address what the blocks are by connecting and looking in and deciding what they are, clearing all the blocks and creating a new reality. Creating new reality could be being able to embody and fulfill affirmations every day to create a new reality. Take actual action steps on, let's say you're helping people with codependence and healing themselves from codependence, for example, and they are now taking steps to create new relationships that are not codependent. Maybe they are taking action in your program where they go out and find new places where they connect with people who maybe have had similar experiences and create new relationships that are not codependent. So that's like a tangible result that you then give them insights and access and instructions where to go and do what to do. It's more like of a practical promise as well. So I want you to really think about this, that when you create a program, you connect on a really high level who you help, the desire they have, the problem you solve, all those things. What tools are you using? What is going to look like? And then what is their end result? What is actually the promise of the program? What is it that you're going to create for them? Does that make sense? Because this you can use on every single program you're going forward now, because it's always going to be this flow, if you like. All right, let's see in the Facebook group and see if it makes sense to everyone. I don't know, because I can't see all the comments. I can see comments, but I can't see all of them. So never mind, I'll go back. I promise you, lovelies, that I'm going to go back and answer all the questions later on as well. So now, the next things. These are the stuff I have written a note here to make sure we don't miss anything. So that's kind of like the process, the methodology that you can apply anytime. Connect, clear, create. Like, you will remember that now for the rest of your life, where you go and create the program. Now, let's look at the very pieces of what the program is going to look like. So first of all, if you don't have to have done one-on-one programs to do a group program. Who says? However, depending on the deliverables of that program, it may be a good idea to take people one-on-one through that program first before you make a group of it. It's just, especially if you've never done it. So for example, the Lightbody process, I took people through the Lightbody process, exactly the same steps, one-on-one, loads of people, one-on-one. Group program is exactly the same process. Actually, it's more enhanced because I've added a lot more things to it, even more enhanced than a one-on-one, but exactly the same process. So exactly the same steps, but I could do it with my eyes closed because I've done so many one-on-ones. So depending on your expertise and what you love doing and how much you have done it, you may not feel, if you've never taken somebody through a specific process, I recommend that you take one person through it first, or 5 people through it before you do a group. Now, for example, if you say, let's say you do shadow work, that's all you do. You do loads of shadow work. You work with people with shadow work all the time. At least you have one-on-one clients. You don't have any programs. People come and go, and you do that. That's what you do. You are 100% ready to do a group coaching program for shadow work. You can take probably 10 people through that program straight away because you've done it so many times. Or let's say you do inner child work with people and you've done it yonks, done it for loads of time. You can straight away go in now and say, right, I'm doing a group program on child healing or inner child healing. So can you see what I'm saying there? So if you've had lots of one-on-one experience, you can then start taking people through groups. Okay, and you don't have to you've embodied it already, right? Because this is an embodiment piece, right? So you know now by listening to this whether you should be creating a program for one-on-one person or for a group, depending on what I've just said there, right? So you'll be like, okay, so who would go for group right now? I want to know. Why don't you drop it in the comment box and say, I am ready for a group. I want to do a group, or no, I'm going to do one-on-one. And don't push yourself here, because whatever you feels right or something for you is actually what's right for you. So don't feel like, yeah, group, Melissa, group, yeah. Jackie says group. No, she doesn't say group, but yeah, let me know, group or one-on-one. And if you're watching the replay, still drop it, please, because in the end of the day, I will go back, look at it, and I will be talking to you about it. So yeah, please drop it now. So don't push. Don't go, oh, I'm going to go group, but don't push. Just decide what feels energetically right and what you can hold your space, because this is what happens. Okay, so I've got 9 people in the Lightbody program, and then next one 20 people, and then next time 50 people, yeah, and next time 200 people. So my energy stretches every time. I develop more systems, more assistants, more people helping and holding, so I can grow the program. Yeah, that will be the same for you. So you will start a group of maybe 6 people, and then the next time is maybe 10, 15, and then maybe you get an assistant so that you hold the energy, depending on what you're doing. So just everything starts from baby steps, really. Okay. Next one, what does your program solve? Now, you might have not had time to think about all this yet, and you will have time to think about this because I'll give you all the homework. But if you actually know right now, why don't you drop it in the comment below and say, I'm going to solve this problem. This is what I would love to do. It doesn't mean that's exactly what you're going to do, but you can say, yeah, I would love to do. One-on-one, trans says, yeah, fine. Yeah, okay. So let me know what you would love to solve. And this could even be like, you might say, actually, I'm not sure, but yeah, I'd love to do this. What problem would you love to solve? Okay. I'm going to go to the next step. The next step is, what is exactly the result that your client will have at the end of the program? What is exactly the result? Now, again, with healing and energy work, it can be so non-tangible, and also sometimes the results are so coming later. So it's like, oh gosh, but you can do this. You can write this down. If you take your time and you really sit with this, you know what result your program, or what the result they want, or what you would love them to have, the result that you would love them to have. So remember as well, for example, I'll tell you an example now. So I spoke to a lady today who I have met her networking, but anyway, she is a bipolar coach and healer. Now, she has bipolar. Now, she copes and manages that really, really well. So she's found some amazing ways of doing this, and now she coaches and heals other people to do that. So any type of program that she will say, then she'll say, this bipolar person coming to me will be stressed, exhausted, up and down, like a yo-yo on the, how the energy goes with bipolar, and suffer from deep depression, and then highs, deep highs, all over the place. So that will be the problem they have when they come. The result they will have when they're finished with her is that they will have strategies and ways how to cope with these ones. They will be, let's say they're 100% intense, they will be 50 to 70% decreased in intensity and much more easier to cope with. They will have mental and what do you call it, like they have tools and ways to cope really well with these swings, and they will have tools for life to manage this, and continuous support. Perhaps maybe she has a membership or something, I don't know, that they could then continue in, whatever, or a WhatsApp group or a support group, something like that. Yeah. So can you see now how you got to think of the that was very specific, by the way, but I thought I'll just give you an idea how that would work. And so that would be the problem. There would be that they are all over the place. Like, that's a very, very generic way of saying it, but and the result will be that they have the tools, they can manage really well, they have all the resources they need, they don't have to panic anymore because they know what they're doing now, they're more informed, blah 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 blah. Yeah, she doesn't promise to heal them completely, but maybe as she heals more and more, maybe she will. Yeah, because she continues to heal herself and doing things as well. All right, now the next one is, this is what you've got to think about. So this is for both for group and one-on-one. So usually one-on-one is the easiest one to just go, right, I'm just going to set this program up and doing it. There's this many sessions. This is the promise. This is what we're going to do. Da, 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 da. And you actually don't need anything more than to show up live with your client. So you can actually create that program quite quickly. You don't need loads of workbooks or loads of videos. Now, what you can think about is that when you first start your one-on-one program, or even your group program, you need to have assets on the side. So that means you'll have some workbooks, maybe guided meditations, maybe some worksheets that they want, maybe some sort of like some supportive tools that they can use between the sessions. You want to offer them sort of like a 360-degree sort of support for them, so that they feel like they are in a container. Yeah. So you want to think about those things. This is like a practical, so it's a live sessions with supportive materials. That's very common with the one-on-one. Now, when it comes, so that's kind of as far as it goes. You may want to give them some videos or access to a self-study program as well. So if I explain this to you, so for example, if somebody works one-on-one with me, they will get the Ascension Clearing Kit, which is a self-study healing program. They will get Voxer support with me. They means Monday to Friday. They will get also, if there are specific things they need, I'll give them anything actually. They also get a couple of my other self-study courses that I feel is suited for that particular individual. They get also, this is, I would start this just now actually, they get an online, it's learning about old paradigm and new paradigm and like becoming a leader. So to get like that kind of program with as well, plus the live sessions. So they have self-study, tools to use, and our sessions together, and they are recorded. That's kind of how you can max it out. That's like the max you will do with your one-on-one. With your group program, you needed a hybrid. This is how you scale it. So the hybrid is basically, you don't have to have that, but for a scalable model, yes. That means that you have live sessions that you meet your clients with, your group. They also have a library where they log in, where they access the different courses, methods, processes, things that you have developed that is actually supporting the promise of that program or that group that you have launched. Yeah. So that, for example, in the Lightbody program, how that looks, they have the live sessions with me, and then they have the Ascension Clearing Kit, we have the Facebook group, and then they have Light Up Your Inner CEO, which has got different processes and different things I want them to work through to unlock themselves fully. So doing group, if you do your first group and you're thinking, yeah, I'm ready for my first group, you obviously have to have the live elements, but you've got to think of what are the things are you going to give them as like an asset or a library for them, or you're going to do Google Drive with them so they can log their homework, or how are you how are you going to access things together with your group. So there's all these different like threads and elements that you need with your group. I use Kajabi, which is an online all-in-one platform, which includes products, which means people can have my products. We can meet on Zoom, and we can also, they're also on my email list, of course, and they in the Facebook group as well. So like it's an all around. There's other ones like Kartra, Simplero, and there are other ways out there also to build an online community, which is not those. But those three are the most common for all around solutions. So you think of landing pages, website itself, although mine is not on Kajabi, courses, email list, sales, Stripe, and PayPal, right? Now, in the beginning, so for example, in the club, in this Connected Soul Club, and I'm going to talk about the Connected Soul Club, and I'm going to talk about the Lightbody program in a moment. In the beginning, when you are creating your first program, you're not going to set up in a big platform like Kajabi, because that will cost you like $150 a month just to run the platform, and you need an email list first, and you need other things, and you need to build your audience and stuff like that, which is free, because you can do that on Facebook and LinkedIn and all the other platforms. And then when you're ready to start your first group and you made the sales and you have something that is consistent for you, then you will sign up with one of those platforms, probably Kajabi, if you want to create online courses as well, right? So you don't invest and make all these investments and then not have sales coming in. You really, want to make sure you do it organically. So as soon as you're starting making sales and you are making profit, that's when you then have that. That's a part of your online business investment. Okay. So then you want to think about also the length of your program. So let's say you do your first group program, depending on what the problem is that you solve and what it is that the result they're going to have. It can be anything from 6 weeks to 6 months to 12 months. But I would say that if it's your first group program, I wouldn't make it more than 3 or 6 months, because any longer than that, it's like you're not ready to do that long with them yet, because you've not done it yet, sort of thing. So it's really important that you just, this is what I do with my clients as well, like just feel into what feels good to you, what feels like a nice stretch, but not too much. And then you go for that. Like then that's how long you make the program. Okay. And also it has to make sense. Like for example, the Lightbody program is 6 months, and it has to be 6 months because it's so deep healing that if you do it any faster, and people do it faster, they also spin out. They have terrible, terrible moments of detoxing and just awful. They're not feeling good. And it's just all shambles. So I don't do it that way, because I want my client to have a nice life while they, you know, while they're upgrading. So 6 months is the Lightbody program. Yeah, I mean, look, if you do, let's say in the child work or some shadow work with somebody in a group, I would say probably 3 months will be fine, or doing some deep shadow work with people. That will be fine. Like that will be absolutely sufficient. Yeah. Okay. Now, the next one is, how much is the program going to cost? And everyone's like, oh. So what I don't want you to do is to think, oh, well, you know, now when they group, they should pay less, and, you know, really, you know, they should be more benefiting and everything. And yes, you obviously would charge more for a one-on-one program than a group program. But I want you to look at, instead of going, oh, what, you know, how much is it per session, you know, like this, forget all that. It's not for sessions. It is for the whole transformation that you provide, which is an overall 360-degree solution to their problem. How much is that worth to someone? How much is that worth to someone? And that price will come to you. So forget the session, like stop the thinking. That's like, do not go there. Do not go there. Just go, right, okay, I have a brilliant process to, you know, solve an amazing problem for these clients. And how much is that problem worth to solve? Like, what's the solution? And just let the price come. And don't actually think about, oh, but now I need to look how many, you know, how much is that per month? Like, how much is that per hour? Forget time, trading time for money. Forget that now, because it is a whole solution. Now, what you have to understand, the person that is doing one-on-one sessions over here never took the time, energy, or like seriousness and like focus to create this badass program over here, which is much more transformational than the one-on-one sessions where people stop going in favor to have a little bit of detox problems. So you have to think the person moving themselves from over here to doing one-on-one sessions to creating badass programs that really transform people on a deep level has stepped into some sort of leadership. And that is also very, very high transaction on, because it's two different people. So you're not buying one-on-one sort of like band-aid sessions. You're buying the whole medicine kit over here. Yeah, so you've got to think of it this way, and that is like the mentality has to change. And this is for all categories, like healing, hypnotherapy, therapists doing one-on-one sessions and having the same bloke coming back 5 years, the same thing, because he doesn't take, there is no radical responsibility in the transformation, which there is in programs, because there's accountability and you give people you know, responsibility for what they're doing. It's a different energy, it's a different dynamic, much more change. You charge more for that than this one here. Okay, so you have to think of it as two different people doing that. I used to be the one-on-one person, and now I'm this person, and I deliver much higher transformation now than I did then. Yeah, because it's like I've changed my identity almost, going over from here to here. And so you've got to think of it as this way, and that is leadership. There's nothing wrong with the one-on-one sessions. There's nothing wrong with it. It's like fine. But if you want to step into leadership, and if you really want to step into this person, that creates more impact, but also income, but that comes with everything like that. But also more freedom, and just more of this vision that you see in your mind's eye comes with creating much more sophisticated solutions. Yeah, and you can do that because it's possible. Everyone is, able to do this online. You can learn. You can learn. Okay, the next thing is there a payment plan available? So now you can choose to do how you want with payment plans. So some people say, yeah, you can have a payment plan over 6 months. I do that with the Lightbody program. They have a payment plan over 6 months. Some people pay in full. It doesn't really matter. You just decide what you think would be a good idea. You charge about 10% more for the payment plans. Some people do some silly, 20-30% more, which I think is just, it's just not sit right. But you can charge about 10% more for the payment plans, because it is a little bit, you kind of want to give people a bit of a gift by paying in full, because they're a little bit of a benefit by paying in full, and then that's a little bit less money. All right, does that make sense? Okay, so we're going to round it up soon. We are now finished nearly. Let me see here. So I'm going to see if anyone has any questions and stuff. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to round this one up, and then we're going to talk about the Connect the Soul Club a little bit, and we're going to talk about the Lightbody program. So I'm going to just share with you what's available for you, and if you are at the stage where you want to join any of those, and I'm going to explain what they are. I'm just going to see if there was any more. So what we're going to do now is we're going to finish this off. I'm going to drop those steps, what you need to do to create your program, in the homework thread again, so that we day 2 homework. And then again, what I want you to do is to drop your answers in there, so that I can put you in the prize draw, right? So then you have a chance to win something, yeah? And take your time, it's fine. I will, what did I say yesterday? So I will check, we have 1 more week for you to add your homework, right? So Thursday next week is when I close and we do the prize draw. I think we'll do the prize draw Friday morning. So I'll close the homework thread on Thursday. So you have a bit of time to go back and do these things, but do them, because you will be in the prize draw. Okay. Now, that was all those things. Now, let's talk about the club a little bit, and then I'm going to talk about the Lightbody program. Okay. So the Connect the Soul Club used to be a self-development club. So we did, meditation, healing, ascension clearing, like all the lovely things, goddess activations, all that, masterclasses, energy, and, Now, I had this big nudge. I changed it last year, end of last year, and made it a business membership, which means that you have all the energy upgrades and all the beautiful things which is clearing the energy. Remember what we said yesterday? There's only 2 things that are stopping you. They are the blocks and the not knowing how to navigate your spiritual map of life. So in the club, you have lots of things to clear your energy, but also you have all the business acumen and all the business things that I teach. So you have Market Position Express, and you have how to create your lead magnet, and your programs and everything else, organic lead generation strategy, human strategy, and all those things. And as I evolve, I also add things all the time in there, of course, and how to, run your retreats and things like that. I'm going to add that. I haven't added that, but I can see how the club is going to move and change and grow. But so the club is super, super, I feel the energy of the club has really landed well now. So it's a really low ticket membership. It's £33 a week. That's $40 a week. And it's you come as you go. So you can just join and just leave whenever you want. If you didn't like it, you could leave it. There's no contracts, none of that. So very feminine energy. But I really feel the club has landed in a beautiful place, because you have all those beautiful energy clearings, ascension clearing kit, masterclasses, new earth, all that. And then we have the stability of your structure, if you like, of the business building. So you have courses, inside that are specifically for you to build your business, very specific steps how to do it. It's very sort of masculine, more strategy sort of type thing. And then we have live calls. So this is a hybrid model, like I was talking to you earlier about. So the way I've done it is, I knew in the beginning when I started building my business that it's rather overwhelming sometimes to get all the things done, because also life happens. So I've done this more like a medium slow paced membership where people complete the courses in their own time, and we can continue to have communication about, oh, where are you in that one? Have you finished Market Position Express? Okay, cool. Did you nail your, did you do this? Da, 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 da. Do you want to start now with your first lead magnet? What's happening there? What we're doing? So there is this communication with the members all the time at where they're at. So everyone's going at a different pace, and everyone's using the membership in their own unique way. So for example, one lady joined and she is really want to clear her energy and really work on her energy and healing and all those things. So she uses the Ascension Clearing Kit a lot, at the moment, and the meditations and everything. So we have live calls. So we have 2 coaching calls a month. One is activate, strategize, and plan the month. So it's the beginning of the month. So like structure, masculine structure. This is what you're doing this month. Then we have also a meditation, activation, sort of more like deep coaching call. So what we do first, we do some cards and we do like activations and things, and then we do actually the meditation. So it's more like an energy call. And then we have a Q&A, proper Q&A, where it's like, okay, well, I'm working on this bit of my funnel right now, and this is really annoying, this piece of tech. How do I do that, Gennye? And then we do that. So there's 3, at the moment, there's about 3 calls a month, which is really quite spacious. I had some feedback from Lauren, actually. She was saying it feels so lovely and spacious. There's not much pressure, but it's enough like to keep me moving my needle, and it feels really good, because like if it's too much and too intense and too much to learn, it's kind of a bit it's too much for some people, sort of thing. So we're doing that, and then you have the WhatsApp group, and we have a lovely WhatsApp group, and yeah, we talk and connect every week. It is a connected soul club. So if you want to build your offer, scale your business, grow your group, grow your business, make more sales, organic sale generation or sales, the club is for you. And also you get all my latest intuitive ways of how I tried new things that works in the spiritual space. Because what works in the brick and mortar kind of more 3D space probably will not work in the spiritual space. So everything I try and test, I will then relay to you and say, this has worked really well in the energy space because X, Y, Z. Now try this strategy. Yeah. So it's important to know that if you learn strategy in business and you are a high SP or high sensitive person or empath, or with somebody with this vision, maybe your vision is not to make $1 million. Yes, you want financial freedom, but your vision is more like you really want to help the world, then this membership is for you, because then we share the same vision, which is very important, I think. Okay, so that's that one. I have a special offer on this club. So you can join the club. It's £33 a week. Come and go as you like. It's really no problem there. Now, I have an offer with it at the moment, which is going to be on until the 1st of March, which is next Sunday. If you join the club, and this is also for the people in the club now, if you wanted to pay in full for a year, I will gift you a soul contract reading with me. Value $444, so about $550, £444, with a one-on-one with me. And you get that gifted if you pay for a whole year. The year is £1,375. That's about $1,600 for a whole year of coaching. Now, you know that most coaching containers for a year are 10 grand. So if you want coaching and you want to explode your online business, this offer is a no-brainer. Okay, so that offer of the soul contract is valid until the 1st of March, which is next Sunday, inclusive. After that, that offer goes. It's still the same price, $1,375 for the year. It's about $1,655 for the year, but then there's no soul contract. For those who joined for the weekly thing, there is no extra things for you, my loves. There is enough gifts in that. So that's just, you know, you can join anytime, basically. Okay. The next thing is the Lightbody program. Now, some of you will already know about the Lightbody program. You'll be like, oh yeah, I need Lightbody. I know what it is. I understand what it is. I need it. I want it. La, 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 la. Some of you will be like, I have no idea what the Lightbody program is. Okay. Do you remember what I said to you the day one, where we were talking about the only thing that blocks you right now, or the two things that are, you know, blocking your highest potential, is the blocks of all of the different types, and how to navigate your spiritual map of life. And obviously with your business, we talked about you need your tools, and you need to do your personal development and your energy, and then you need obviously your business acumen. Okay, so those are the three things to remember. Now, so let's go back. Out of those, the things that are blocking your highest success is the blocks. So in the Lightbody program, we are addressing all the blocks. So it's like the sort of creme de la creme, the absolute Rolls Royce of clearing your everything. Like all your unresolved stuff will come up. And you might go, I'm not sure. Well, we have already discussed in day one that this is the only way to unlock the leader in you. So then you know you need to do it. So the Lightbody is the Lightbody sessions, which are 6 sessions. Don't think time now, think program. 6 sessions and then 6 energy sessions. And then the program itself, and then the support, the Voxer, the Facebook, all the things that you get with it. Okay, now, so some of you go, okay, well, I have no idea what this is. Well, in this group, if you look in the guide section where you find all the replays of this event, underneath is a whole line of masterclasses on Lightbody, which I ran earlier last year. You are so welcome to go and learn about the Lightbody. I'm not going to go into real deep detail here about exactly what it is, but it's basically a state-of-the-art awakening tool to clear higher dimensional blocks and blocks in your etheric fields that are devices, thresholds, plates, and the Nephilim soul, and some other crystals and things, and bring more higher light into your system and recalibrate your whole system and your pathway to your higher self, and actually plug your higher self, your monad, fully into your body. So what happens is it takes somebody who is fairly, obviously, plugged in. I'll say you're all quite plugged in here, to a place of maybe where there's confusion and maybe where there's doubts, like lack of confidence, healings, like things has to happen, healing on a family or personal level. There might be other things going on in life. You basically just feel like there is a lot going on. The Lightbody program will uncover all the things that are blocking you to be your highest potential in this lifetime. If anyone needed any program in the world, it will be that program, only because it is very targeted to unlock your highest potential. And they will every time you do a Lightbody session, it will then reveal the next bit of trauma, conditioning, past life, something that needs to heal in order for you to step into full new earth leadership, full visionary leadership, becoming the embodied leader. That's the Lightbody program. So I'm going to drop. So, okay, so here's the offer. So the program itself is 6 months. It's £5,000. That's about $6,000. There's payment plans available. There are some people who have already joined. I will stretch a payment plan for people till next February if people joined now. So if you said, oh, I want to do it, Gennye, but I need to stretch it 12 months. Yeah, fine. We'll do a payment plan for that time. Or let's say you join in 2 months, I can do 10-month payment plans. So some people like, to spread it out so that it doesn't, feel such a stretch. That's all fine. Now, it's 5,000, but until the 1st of March, which is next Sunday, you get £500 off. So that means that it's 4,500 for the program instead of 5,000. That offer ends next Sunday. This means that if you're serious about this work and you're like, yeah, I need this, I want this Lightbody program, or at least I want to learn about it, then you have now 9, hang on, what's the day today? Thursday. You have 10 days to watch the masterclasses inside this group on Lightbody. So you have introduction to Lightbody, discovery of Lightbody, you have all the different areas Lightbody penetrates into. So Lightbody, because when people have Lightbody activations, it starts healing their relationship, it starts healing their health, it starts healing their success, like wealth, it starts healing their the intuition becomes stronger, it starts healing all the areas, your mission, and it unlocks your purpose. So like it starts healing on all the areas where you actually care about being healed, if that makes sense. And you become an embodied leader, because we know that leadership only comes from being fully in balance, healed, embodied, from a place of harmony. Because if you, let's say you're a really good new earth leader with lots of visions and things, but you have a really bad health and really bad relationships because you are out of balance, your masculine feminine is not balanced, then you're not an embodied leader, and then you probably will get sick, and then you can't fulfill the mission. So we need to become embodied leaders where all the areas of your life humming and are on a high level and are healed. All right, that's what a Lightbody program does. Now, so if you're thinking, yeah, I need this, I want to make sure I'm like, I'm on this thing here, I want to go and watch it. So you've got 10 days. Those masterclasses are always going to be there. The group starts in September. It's the 12th of September, I think, we're going to start. And I feel, depending on how many people join, I will probably run this program twice a year going forward. I only started running one last year, so I only done one this year, but that's fine. Like, I'm just sort of, at this moment, I have no plans to, maybe there'll be one in February 24, but at this moment in time, it's September that we start in 23. All right, that was all from me. I'm going to drop your homework, and I'm going to drop a specific post as well on the 2 offers, or maybe I'll drop it down here. I'll drop it inside the group. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see all your answers about your program and what you're creating. And I would love to, also ask me questions if you have questions. You're thinking, Gennye, how should I do this? How should I do this? Ask me, ask me. You are very welcome to ask all the questions inside this group. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I'll see you tomorrow for Expand. This is how we call in our dream clients, how we can align our energy, our messaging, align ourselves online, so we get these really amazing, badass clients. So it's, coming into a space that are clinically squeaky clean, and we have an amazing relationship, and we do amazing work together, and we feel so good about it, right? That's energetic alignment. So we're talking about calling in the right ones and being really clear, boundaries, things like that, how to actually create some real big energy around your programs so that people want to buy it, right? And they want to be with you. They're like, yes, I can't wait to sign up with you. I want you. All right. See you tomorrow. And I think that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll drop the homework, and I'm going to drop the offers, make it very clear of what the offers are for now. And I'll see you tomorrow. Sending you lots of love.